There are stories that shout, and there are stories that wait. This one waits. Across cultures, across centuries, across civilizations that rose and fell long before we named fear, there is a quiet warning whispered again and again. Do not harm a cat. Not because it will fight back. Not because it will scream. But because what follows does not arrive all at once. It arrives slowly, invisibly, and always too late to undo. Tonight, we are not talking about superstition alone. We are talking about patterns, about folklore that refuses to die, about a belief so persistent that it appears independently across continents, languages, and eras. The belief that cats do not curse loudly. They curse patiently. Cats have always been different. They were never fully domesticated. They did not bend to humans the way dogs did. They negotiated. Ancient societies noticed this immediately. Cats watched without blinking. They moved between shadows. They appeared where silence lived. And most unsettling of all, they remembered. In Egyptian lore, harming a cat was not merely a crime, it was an offense against cosmic order. Even accidental harm could result in execution, not because cats were fragile, but because they were believed to be guardians of balance. A cat once wronged was said to carry that imbalance forward. Not through rage, through time. Here is the unsettling part. In cat folklore, a curse does not look like misfortune. It looks like life slowly unraveling. No lightning strikes. No dramatic collapse. Instead, your plans begin failing for no clear reason. Opportunities slip away at the last moment. Health issues emerge without diagnosis. Relationships decay quietly, inexplicably. And always, there is a delay. Days, months, sometimes years. Because the curse is not punishment. It is withdrawal. The belief is this: cats do not attack those who harm them. They stop protecting them. Across Europe, Asia, and parts of Africa, cats were believed to guard thresholds, places where one state becomes another. Life and death. Sleep and waking. Luck and loss. Homes with cats were thought to be protected from unseen intrusions, not animals, not thieves. Something else. So when a cat was harmed, chased away, or killed, folklore claims that the threshold was left unguarded. And whatever had been held back was free to pass through. This is why old stories don't say, the cat cursed them. They say after the cat was gone, things changed. If a cat's curse were immediate, it would be obvious. But folklore insists it is. Because cats are associated with time differently than humans are. They sleep more than half their lives. They wait. They observe. The curse mirrors this behavior. It does not punish impulsively. It allows you to continue confident, unaware, while consequences accumulate beneath the surface. By the time you notice something is wrong, you can no longer trace it back. There are countless anonymous stories shared in whispers, forums, and oral tradition. A man who kicked a stray cat and laughed, only to lose his job, his marriage, and his health within 3 years with no single cause. A woman who poisoned neighborhood cats and later reported constant nightmares, insomnia, and a sense of being watched until she moved away. Families who mistreated cats and noticed every animal avoided their home afterward, even birds. Folklore says this is not coincidence. It is recognition. Animals know when a guardian has withdrawn. One recurring theme appears again and again. Those who harm cats are marked. Not visibly, not socially, but energetically. Other cats avoid them. Strays hiss without reason. Pets grow uneasy around them. In some traditions, it's believed that cats communicate warnings to each other in ways humans cannot perceive. A silent network, a shared memory. And once you are known, you are known. Many myths include a warning. Regret does not automatically undo the damage. Because the harm wasn't emotional, it was symbolic. To harm a cat was to break trust with something older than morality. Some traditions say forgiveness is possible, but not through words. Only through sustained behavior. Caring for strays. Protecting cats without reward. Restoring balance over time. Even then, the protection may return. But the mark does not fully fade. Cats appear in folklore as witnesses. They outlive generations. They return to the same places. They sit where things once happened. There are legends of cats appearing at old execution sites, abandoned homes, battlefields, places heavy with unresolved history. The belief is not that cats create curses. It is that they remember where they are needed, and where they are no longer willing to stay. One of the most chilling beliefs is this: when a cat leaves without explanation, it is not abandonment. It is departure. Folklore says cats leave places that are about to change, sometimes violently, sometimes tragically. And if a cat leaves after being mistreated, the warning has already been delivered. What follows is not revenge. It is consequence. In an age of science, genetics, and psychology, why does this idea still linger? Because patterns persist. Because people notice timing. Because the absence of a cat often precedes decline. And because even skeptics lower their voices when the topic comes up. Not out of belief, out of respect. Today, some interpret the curse psychologically. Those who harm animals exhibit traits linked to later instability. Guilt manifests subconsciously. Behavioral patterns lead to predictable outcomes. Others say the explanation doesn't matter. Only the rule does. Do not harm cats. Not because of fear, but because history suggests the cost is never immediate and never worth it. Cats do not chase justice. They do not argue morality. They do not demand apologies. They simply decide where they will and will not stand. And once they leave, something else fills the space. Something quieter. Something colder. Something that does not announce itself. So if you've ever heard stories of people whose lives slowly unraveled for no clear reason, if you've noticed animals avoiding certain individuals, if you felt a house become heavier after a cat disappeared, folklore has an answer. Cats don't curse loudly. They curse by withdrawing their watch. And the world unguarded does the rest.
If you love this cat myth story, share and subscribe for more cat myths.